Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 9 of the Daily Pack Crack. I'm the board game lawyer, and today I'll be cracking open a pack of Star Wars Unlimited, a trading card game from Fantasy Flight Games. And today's booster pack will come from a box that was acquired at my friendly local game store, Fox Comics and Games in Marion, Illinois. So let's get cracking. All right, let's pop open the box here. You'll notice that today we're going to use the Leia pack. I'm cracking open a pack on a playmat that I acquired at SalukieCon, which is a Southern Illinois University con that takes place every year. If you're interested in going to SalukieCon, if you live in the Midwest, it's salukieconsiu.edu, and you can check out the events on SalukieCon. All right, so today we're going to open up a pack here, and let's see what we got. Some Star Wars Unlimited. The first thing that we'll crack open is a hero. And we got another Boba Fett card. All right, so Boba Fett says when an enemy unit leaves play, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, ready a resource. Okay, it's a way to get you some cash for our Boba Fett. Next is our Administrator Tower. It is a base that's got 30 health. So you can begin with this generic base. It's on Cloud City. So we've got Boba Fett on Cloud City. Sounds dangerous. All right, we'll put that up in our location spot there, our base. All right, next we have a unit on the ground. This is a common card that costs you 2. It's an aggression, Jedha Agitator. He is a 2-power, 1 hit point rebel who is also a saboteur. When this unit attacks, ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields. On attack, if you control a leader unit, deal 2 damage to a ground unit or a base. Okay, so he has an on-attack ability. Very nice. We'll put him in the ground area up here. Next, we have an Alliance Dispatcher. It's a unit on the ground that'll cost you 1 in command. It's also hero traded. He is a 1 power, 2 health. He has an action. Play a unit from your hand. It costs 1 less. So it's kind of a way to ramp up heroic green. This is an Alliance Dispatcher. All right, so there we go. Next, we have another ground unit, which is a Snow Speeder. It costs you 5 in Rebel or Heroic. It is a 3 power, 6 hit point vehicle speeder, and it's Rebel traded. It has the ambush ability, which makes sense. After you play this unit, it may ready and attack an enemy unit. On attack, exhaust an enemy vehicle ground unit. All right, so he can ambush and he can exhaust an enemy ground unit. Pretty slick for the Snow Speeder. Next, we have an upgrade, which is Resilient. It'll cost you 1. In Vigilance, it is a 0 boost to your power, but it's a 3 boost to your hit points. So it's an innate traded upgrade. So we could put that on someone like maybe the Jedi Agitator over here. All right. Next we have the Death Star Stormtrooper. He's a 1 cost unit on the ground. He's an aggression and villainous traded or aspect ground unit. It has 3 power, 1 hit point. It's an Imperial Trooper with no text on it, but it's not bad. It's not bad. You can get out of 1 cost on your first turn and still have resources to spare. Next, we have some Academy training. Maybe we want to train that Death Star Trooper up a little bit. So here's an upgrade you could put on him. It's a 2 cost command aspect upgrade. And when you add that to your character, you give him +2 power, +2 hit points, and it's a learned trait. All right, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade that Death Star Stormtrooper. We have another 1 cost. Well, we got some 1 costs in here. Resilient, Alliance Trooper, a Death Star Stormtrooper, and now we have an ISB Agent, who is a 1 cost in Cunning Villainy, 1 power, 3 hit points, Imperial. When played, you may reveal an event from your hand. If you do, deal 1 damage to a unit. Not bad. Another 1 cost. So this would be like a cheap deck to build. Next, we now have a space unit finally, and it is a 5 cost Corellian Freighter. It has 1 power, 4 hit points. It's a vehicle transport, and it's a Sentinel. It says units in this area cannot attack your non-sentinel units or your base. So that's a good defender out there in space. Your Carillion freighter. Now we're going to space, apparently. So we got the unit in space, the Outer Rim Headhunter. Costs you 2 in cunning. He's 1 power, 3 hit point. Fringe Vehicle Fighter, Raid 1. This unit gets +1/+0 while attacking. On attack, if you control a leader unit, you may exhaust a non-leader unit. That is the Outer Rim Headhunter. So we'll put him up there in space with the Carillion freighter. Next is a unit on the ground, Admiral Piet. 2 cost in command and villainous. Captain of the Executor. 1/4 are his stats. The Imperial Officer. It says each friendly non-leader unit that costs 6 or more gains ambush. After you play that unit, it may ready and attack an enemy unit. So you stack your deck full of a lot more expensive things than what we have here on the table. And Admiral Piet could do you some good. All right, next. Unit on the ground, Fighters for Freedom. Cost you 3. Aggression and Heroic. 3/4 is the stats. Rebel Trooper, Saboteur. While this unit attacks, ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields. And when you play another aggression card, you may deal 1 damage to a base. So Fighters for Freedom. When you play another aggression card, let's say you get a bunch of these out on the table, and you start throwing down some really cheap, say, Death Star Stormtroopers, probably not in Heroic, but you put out some cheap aggression cards, you could do a lot of damage to the base just by having that on the table. Ooh, we got a hyperspace. U-Wing Reinforcement. Oh, and the guys were bragging about this card at the store the other day. It's an event and command. It costs you 7, though. Heroic. Search the top 10 cards of your deck for up to 3 units with combined cost of 7 or less, and play each of them for free. It's a way to dig for some units in your deck. So, pretty happy to see this one in a hyperspace. That looks really good. Yep. So that's an event. I think that's my first event that I got in the deck. Next, we've got Chopper, who is our rare. He is a ground unit, another 1-cost ground unit in cunning, in heroic. 1 power and 3 hit points. Rebel Droid Spectre. While you control another Spectre unit, this unit gains Raid 1. Okay, so you're going to build this in a Spectre deck. On attack, discard a card from the defending player's deck. If it's an event, exhaust a resource that player controls. So on attack, discard a card from the defending player's deck. Wow. So you get to flip some of his cards. And then finally, we have another ground unit, the Rugged Survivors. This is our foil card. It's a unit on the ground, 5 cost, vigilance, 3/5 stats on the fringe, grit. This unit gets +1/+0 for each damage on it. And it says on attack, if you control a leader, you may draw a card. So that's our Rugged Survivors. That's in foil. Looks really good. So what are my favorite cards that I pulled today in my pack? So we've got the U-Wing Reinforcement. I think for sure we're going to add that one to our favorites. Like I said, I haven't used this card yet, but a lot of the guys at the store have, and they have enjoyed it. Chopper is also a nice one to draw for a rare, especially if you're building that Spectre deck and you need multiple copies of Chopper in there. And then my last one that I'm going to pick is, let's go with the Snow Speeder today. That could change tomorrow, but the Snow Speeder, a 5-cost ambush, and on attack exhaust an enemy vehicle unit, ground unit. How nice would that be if your opponent's got walkers out there and you want to just take them down like you would with a Snow Speeder? So those will be my 3 cards that are takeaway today that I like in this pack. Anyhow, if you enjoy watching the daily pack crack, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. If you'd like a shout out on this channel, send me a pack to crack and contact me at boardgamelawyer@gmail.com. Thanks for watching my video today, and we'll see you again tomorrow.